One thing that people don't really think about when they're using like a Kanban board, etc., and especially when they use a system that requires you to assign sort of one person to every ticket, they don't really keep in mind what's going on behind the scenes. So I made this little simulation animation to kind of explain. So let's just look at our simple example here. We're moving a ticket across the board. So here, the PM, the engineering lead, the design lead are all involved. And when you move it to design, it turns out this ticket has everyone involved on the team for some reason. You move it to delivery, that kind of stays the same thing. And then you move it to monitoring, the engineering lead, the design lead, and the PM are looking at it. And then maybe you move it to done. Okay, simple enough. Now, what tends to happen, of course, is that, you have two things that things are working on. And then, you move one of the tickets to design, and then you move one of the tickets over there to delivery, but you still have that one over there in opportunity selection. You move this over to monitoring, which are basically involve those people, and you make this done. Now, as teams load up with more and more work, you tend to see something that looks like this. Just keep moving these tickets across the board, and there's more and more things happening, and you continue to move things. And let's just say at a certain point, we start to have more items in delivery and more items in design and more items in opportunity selection. And people wonder, wait, we don't have that much work in progress. What's going on? Well, everyone's involved with everything. That's the problem. Put one piece of unplanned work in. Right? How about another piece of unplanned work? It's just disaster at that point. Now, the unplanned work can actually impact you even when, there's not that many things. Let's just take a sort of sane team. They're moving along and they somehow, just keep things very, very organized. They just have two tickets in delivery. They're not really doing anything else. Well, you throw in some unplanned work on top of that. You throw in more unplanned work on top of that. And then, just one thing the PM's working on, and you can get kind of into a mess with that as well. So why is this kind of important? Well, so first, if you've seen, there's a diagram popular on the internet, right, where they show all the connections between team members. And they're like, look, how could you get anything done with this many connections between people? Well, realistically, people aren't collaborating the same way on everything, right? If you have a mix of things, and if you have some things in monitoring, some things in delivery, maybe something in opportunity selection at this point, well, look, you've got that engineer over there. Maybe they are going to, there's some sort of balance that you can get as you move these things through. Again, you throw in the unplanned work and it all becomes a little bit moot at that particular point. So anyway, hopefully folks found this interesting. The main point here is, when we look at a board, we tend to ignore interactions between people. And frankly, when we look at a network graph, we also tend to not really think about the interactions between people, right? There's actual stuff moving between these people. And that's something that we need to take into consideration. Hope you like this.